Kirsten's major is education. She has been with the Greenville dance team for 2 years. Her favorite team memory was performing for the first time at Daytona and getting to run into the ocean with her team. Her advice for her teammates is talent wins small things, but teamwork and dedication win the title. So kick some butt at Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior Kirsten Green. And now, as your PA announcer, I will hand over the microphone to Coach Roy Mulholland as he will introduce his senior.
Welcome to Senior Day, and in this case, it literally is Senior Day, not seniors. We just have one senior. And it's an honor to be able to pause near the end of our season to honor our senior and many contributions she has made to our basketball program on and off the court. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our fans that have supported us this year in person and from afar online. I know I have a sister-in-law who checks in every game online, and so we appreciate all the people who do that online. We want to thank parents, students, community, friends for your support. It's greatly appreciated. I want to take an opportunity before I talk about our senior to thank two people. And I want to thank McGuire. McGuire, stand up real quick. There we go. There's McGuire. So McGuire sort of technically is our student manager, but probably more accurately, she's one of our assistant coaches. She does a great job for us, and we appreciate that. Also want to say thank you to Coach K. And to his family, to his wife Marie, and his daughter Kaylee and son Bryce. Kaylee and Bryce get to come to practice periodically, so they're just a part of us and what we do. And we know that it takes a family commitment to do it. Appreciate Colin's dad, he's here, and his parents, because we know they pick up some slack as well. So thanks for your help. I also want to say thank you to my wife Dawn, who sits up out of the way up there. Yeah. So every team needs a glue player. And for Coach Mo, that's the glue. Without her, nothing else happens, nothing else works. So I'm thankful to her. All right, today we're going to honor a very special senior who has withstood the test of time to represent our senior class. She has added so much to our program that's going to be missed. So it's time to honor our senior. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center court our senior, Sophia Cisneros. Sophia is being joined on the floor today, all the way from Madrid, Spain. Her parents, Mario and Ellie. Come on down and be with Sophia. Yeah, come on down. We are so grateful. They've been here all week. Glad they've got to go with us on our game on Tuesday and had a chance to enjoy those. She's also going to be joined on the floor today by her boyfriend, Caden. Come on out, Caden. Caden's a senior on our men's basketball team. Sophia just wants to say, especially to Caden's family, thank you so much for their love and support. She says, and I quote, "You are my second family, and I appreciate your support." Sophia will graduate with a degree in biology. Her plans include going to graduate school to become a pathologist assistant. I know we don't want to do a quiz today, but I wonder how many of you know what that is. Yeah, probably not. I feel I see a few hands. Good. Yeah. So, pathologist assistant play a critical role in the delivery of healthcare services in both surgical and autopsy pathology. And so, she's already had some interviews at grad schools, and we're hopeful that we will hear good results soon. Her favorite scripture verse is Philippians 4:13. "I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." Sophia writes, "This verse is very special to me, since it represents the struggles that I've had to overcome the past 4 years of my life, being so far away from my family and friends, coming out of my comfort zone, and truly getting to know who I am. I owe this to God." Her favorite memory is our mission trip to Costa Rica this past summer. Sophia writes, "Our trip to Costa Rica was an eye-opening experience. I got to spend a week immersed in San Jose with the best company ever, my basketball teammates and coaches. It taught us the importance of being grateful for the opportunities we have and how beautiful life is. I need to tell you that for obvious reasons, Sophia was our translator in Costa Rica, and she did that amazing. Really became a leader, not only on that trip, but on her team. Sophia, I have one last gift for you, although some may not call it a gift. So in sport, we honor execution, but we also honor effort and intent. And so I'm hoping that you will all honor me by honoring effort and intent. So here we go. Sofía, mi amiga, hoy te honoramos por todo lo que has hecho por nuestro equipo y por el mundo de baloncesto. Más importante aún, te honoramos por lo que eres como persona. Eres fabuloso. Eres bello en el interior y el exterior. Te amamos, Sofía. Te amamos. Ladies and gentlemen, let's honor one more time our senior, Sofía Cisneros.
Welcome, everybody. Saturday afternoon here, H.J. Long Gymnasium, home of the Greenville University Panthers. Doug Faulkner, along with my partner Tyler Rosen. And we've got a good matchup here, both on the women's side, the men's side. We're going to bring you the women's side first, but we're going to step aside for the national anthem. We'll come back to you when the starting lineups are announced.
We thank you for the opportunity to host Fontbonne on our campus, and we pray for the safety and protection of all, both on and off the court. We pray that we might honor you in all that we do, but especially through the demonstration of humility, patience, and self-control. May what we do here assist us in becoming better disciples in our journey of faith in Christ. Amen. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps, as we will honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back. We're about ready to start this women's matchup today. The Panthers come into today's game 8-5 with a conference record, and they're one game behind second place. It's kind of jumbled at the top with the exception of Webster University, who has all but locked up first place in the SLIAC Conference. Their 13-0 conference record is there with only 5 games left to go in the regular season. So your Panthers are playing really to try to get in that second spot. They're a game behind both Westminster and Principia. The Panthers came off of a Tuesday evening win against Principia, so they've beaten Principia twice. However, they've lost to Westminster twice. So it's a little bit of a jumbled mess, but nonetheless, this Saturday's game, with 5 games left, every game is important as you think about this conference tournament coming up. Fontbonne comes in, and they're sitting in 8th place in the conference, and they are, let me see, they are 4-9, and they're 4-16 overall. They've lost their last game earlier this week, while Greenville won their game. However, Fontbonne last weekend with a decent win over Mississippi University of Women last Saturday, and Greenville lost last Saturday to Webster. So Greenville comes into this game a little bit of backstage information, I guess, with Carolina Hoffman, one of the leading scorers with Savannah Powell-Goodman. And Hoffman coming in a little gimpy. We'll see how she does. I was here real early, about an hour and a half beforehand. She was warming up with the trainer. She looked good in warm-up, so we'll see how that plays out. Brummer is going to tap it back. It's going to go to Cisneros. She's the Lady Panthers' only senior, and it is senior day. Ball is into Cisneros. This is Powell-Goodman. Drives into the lane, puts up a short jumper. No good. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and rolls around the rim and good. Up comes Fontbonne. This is Bailey. She leads the team in scoring, averaging about 16 points a game. Pickett over to Harbor. Back to Bailey. They go into Earls. No, that's Earls up top. Check that. This is Bailey. She'll let a three fly from the stands. No good. Rebound Iberg. Iberg pushes it herself into the front court. Fontbonne doesn't bother to pick her up. They're back inside the three-point line. Really playing a soft man-to-man. Greenville will have to adjust to this. Goes into Cisneros. Cisneros kicks it out to Powell-Goodman for a 10-footer and good. Nice pass by Cisneros. Greenville now pressing. Comes up to Earls in the front court for Fontbonne. Pickett will handle it at the top. Back to Earls. To Bailey. She'll let another three fly. No good. Rebound Brummer. Here comes Hoffman. Hoffman into the front court. Kicks it to Iberg. Up top to Brummer. Goes through her hands. She recollects it. And now it's to the corner to Hoffman. Nice pass by Cisneros on a cutting Powell-Goodman, but Goodman isn't able to get the shot to drop. Here comes Bailey. She drives all the way to the bucket, but it's not good and rebounded by Hoffman. She races into the front court, all the way into the lane, kicks it to Powell-Goodman, up top to Iberg, a three, no good. Rebound Bailey. But we are going to have a foul called here. And it's going to be called, I believe, on Cisneros. It'll be the first foul of the game. First foul is attributed to the Panthers. They lead 4-0 with 7:59 to go.
DeJesus and Meek checking into the game for the first time this afternoon. As Brummer and Powell-Goodman take a seat.
This is Pickett. She's actually a local native from Greenville, Illinois, playing for Fontbonne. Pickett drives into the lane. Kicks it out to Harbor. That's Earls for three. Earls actually plays the 5 position. And she broke out and hit a top-of-the-key three-pointer. Take it to a 1-point game. Greenville throwing it around the perimeter. DeJesus to Meek. Up top to Cisneros. Around to Hoffman. Iberg, and around the horn we go. They get it into Cisneros. She's on the baseline. Kicks it out front to Iberg. This is Meek. She has to rush it because of the shot clock. And no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Fontbonne ball.
Kate Cota into the game. Looks like Goheen back or in for the first time, and Alyssa Seymour in as well.
We'll see more of Cota today because of the injury to Sierra Compton. She will not play today. Fontbonne breaks the press rather easily. Goes to the corner. A corner three is no good by Myers. Here comes Cota up into the front court. They're giving Hoffman a break today. They're going to try to see if they can get her a little more rest than usual with her injury. She can still play, but she is not going to be 100%. This is Meek. She's going to let another three fly. No good. Rebound, Kate Cota. Cota kicks it out, and it goes to Goheen. She puts it up, but it's blocked, and now it's in the hands of Bailey as she comes into the front court. Bailey gets by Cota, gets to the hole, puts it up and good, and foul on Cota. Fontbonne will take an early 1-point lead, 5-4.
2 fouls for the Panthers thus far, 0 here in the first quarter for Fontbonne. Get Brummer and Savannah Powell-Goodman back into the game. Bailey shooting just 57% from the line on the season.
And the free throw is up and good to complete a three-point play by Bailey. She leads their team in scoring, as we've said, 16 points a game. One of the top scorers in the conference. This is Powell-Goodman up top for Greenville. They get it into Seymour. She puts it up, no good. Seymour's been out. She had an illness. It's kept her out for about a week. Bailey races into the front court and puts another one up and in.
Great step through there from Bailey, just working around the defender. Easy lay-in.
Into Seymour. Seymour to Brummer. She drives baseline, puts it up off the glass and good. Brummer had a wide open baseline on the handoff from Seymour. They get the ball to Earls. Earls kicks it way out to the three-point line. And this is Harbor. She drives to the rim, puts it up. I've checked that. That's Myers. No good. Rebound Greenville. They're into the front court. Powell-Goodman. And they're going to call travel on her.
Credit to the Griffins defensively. They've done a nice job picking up the Panthers right at the three-point arc and kind of making this Panthers team really settle for passes in deep instead of a drive-in kick, which we know they like to do at times. So pretty evenly matched first 5 minutes of play here between these two teams.
Yeah, Greenville leads the way with 2 turnovers. Fontbonne has not turned it over against this press so far until right as I said that. Then Greenville promptly gave it right back to him on the pass from Powell-Goodman. But it is going to go out of bounds off of a Fontbonne player, so it'll be Greenville ball underneath their own basket. They trail by 2. Hoffman gets it into Seymour, and it's knocked out of her hands by Beamer from Fontbonne, so it'll be Greenville ball along the sideline across from the scores table in front of the fans. This is Hoffman to Iberg. Into Brummer. Brummer tries to get it to Seymour, but good help there by Myers to knock the ball away. Now Fontbonne turns it over. Here comes Hoffman. You can tell Hoffman's not quite 100%. She kicks it to Powell-Goodman. Goodman shot's no good. Rebound Brummer. She puts it up and she'll be fouled.
And I think maybe for Hoffman, the key for her game today and just making the most of her minutes on the floor is going to be as a facilitator in almost that true point position. We know she can score, but we also know that she's got great vision on the court, especially in transition.
Yeah, she's going to have to play a little bit, probably, as Tyler said, a little bit of a different role. The question will be for the Panthers is where are they going to pick up that scoring? That's going to be one of the stories for today's game. Brummer's first free throw is good. Her second free throw, down, out, and out. And it'll be Fontbonne into the front court. Hopkins all the way over to the far side to Harbor. This is Bailey. This is Fontbonne just playing catch around the perimeter right now. This is Bailey, right wing. She'll let a 3 fly, no good. Rebound, Powell-Goodman. And we know that Powell-Goodman's going to have to uphold her end of the bargain on the scoring front. They're going to need her today for sure. Seymour kicks it to Hoffman. She misses. Seymour gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. 1 point lead for Greenville. Up comes Fontbonne quickly. They get it in, and it'll be a foul called against Greenville. I believe it's going to be called against, we'll see here. I didn't see who that's called on. It says number 22. Maybe they haven't gotten the number up yet on the board. There we go. It's on Powell-Goodman. And going to the free throw line, I believe, is Hopkins. Her hair is covering her number. Her first shot is no good. Second free throw is up and short off the front of the rim. Rebound Cisneros. Hoffman will bring it up into the front court. And that was Hopkins shooting the 2 free throws. We'll have a hard time identifying her today, more than likely. Hoffman's going to pick up a foul. She drives into the lane. And that foul's going to be called against Pickett. 3:27 to go in the first. Panthers up by 1. Hasn't been a real clean game here early. 3 turnovers from the Panthers, 2 turnovers from Fontbonne. Fontbonne shooting 33% from the field. Greenville shooting 30%. And there at Greenville is 0 for 5 from 3. Hoffman will try to enter the ball. Gets it to Brummer. It goes through her hands. And out comes Beamer with it. And then she's going to be tied up by Cisneros. And they are going to call a jump ball.
Meek and DeJesus back in for the Panthers with Fontbonne taking the possession. Doug, you mentioned Panthers are going to have to find a little extra production on the offensive end outside of Powell Goodman. I think Alyssa Seymour might have to be the answer playing down low. A little bit of size advantage when she's on the floor for this Panthers team.
Panthers had an awfully good win at Principia on Tuesday night. Fontbonne gets it inside, but it's going to be knocked out of Meyer's hands. The Panthers will take over possession. They get it into the front court. This is DeJesus up top. Over to Meek. Right. Now she's up top. She gives it to the right wing to Hoffman. Hoffman penetrates to the basket, falls down. They're going to call a foul. And Cornelius was not happy with that. Now hold on.
Oh.
Are they going to call travel?
I think, yeah.
Well, I never saw a travel signaled at all. I'm assuming maybe the whistle was blown, a hand was raised, but we have nothing. I'm assuming it's going to be a travel, and nonetheless, it's Fontbonne ball. Would love to figure out what happened there. This is Bailey. Cornelius up top. Beamer. They give it to a cutting Cornelius, and they are going to call a foul here, and I believe it's going to be against Hoffman. We're going to see how Coach Mulholland's group is going to be challenged today. We've mentioned it a few times, but you can see it early in this game. Without Hoffman being much of an offensive threat early, we'll see if she doesn't get loosened up and can play with a little bit more freedom. But Panthers struggling to score here. 2:24 to go. They only have 9 points. The free throw by Cornelius, her first, is no good. 4 fouls on Greenville, 2 fouls on Fontbonne. Second free throw rolls around the rim and is good by Cornelius to knot the score at 9. This is Coda, DeJesus over to Meek. Back to Coda up top, playing catch around the perimeter. Fontbonne inside the three-point line. Greenville hasn't really adjusted to this soft man-to-man. A shot by Goheen, and they're going to call a foul. And this is going to be some interesting officiating as they try to figure out how they're going to call fouls today. Goheen put that one up. I couldn't tell if there was contact or not, but the officials did say there was contact, and so Goheen will shoot 2. Her first one is up and good. Let's see if Coach Mulholland sticks with the press. Fontbonne has not had any issues with this Greenville press at all. Second free throw by Goheen is missed. Rebound Cornelius for Fontbonne. She goes ahead and brings it into the front court by herself. Bailey. That's Hopkins. Back to Bailey. Bailey penetrates in the lane. Comes out to Beamer. Beamer back to Bailey. A 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Seymour. That 3 was from Myers. A lot of passing around the perimeter today. Both teams kind of playing a soft man-to-man inside the three-point line. Coda gets inside, hits DeJesus as she cuts to the basket. Nice pass, nice cut by DeJesus, and Coda hit her on the move. And a foul was drawn by DeJesus as she put up a shot after she cut to the basket. Powell Goodman and Hoffman check in for Meek and Coda. Langenberg checks in for Fontbonne.
DeJesus shooting just about 69% on the year. All of her attempted free throws have come in conference play.
DeJesus stands just to the left of the nail hole. The nail hole, folks, is right in the middle of the free throw line, if you ever were taught that. And DeJesus, for some reason, is standing over to the left of that. She misses her first one. Her second one is up and good. Greenville takes an early 2-point lead with 1:21 to go. Greenville will line up in their full court press. Into the front court comes Harbor. They get it eventually underneath the bucket to Myers. She puts it up and good against this press. I think Coach Mullen wanted to travel. Hoffman penetrates to the bucket. Nice pass to Seymour, and it's good. That may give Hoffman a little bit of energy. Now she steals it. Heads to the basket, kicks it off to Brummer. Hoffman's on the roll. Now Fontbonne struggling a little bit with the press. They get the ball into the front court. It's stripped away by Goheen. Now Fontbonne will fire a three. That's Earls, no good. Rebound Cornelius. She puts it up. It's blocked by Seymour. Here comes Hoffman. Bounce pass to a cutting Powell Goodman. No good. Rebound Seymour. Up and in. No timeout from Fontbonne, and Greenville is jumping all over the place in the person of Carolina Hoffman. She's re-energized this team. She comes off the floor limping just slightly. But what a show there by Hoffman. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. That pass is deflected. Here comes Langenberg. Up top there to Harbor. And Fontbonne just runs out the clock. They did not have an understanding of what the shot clock was and just ran out the clock without getting a shot up. 17-11 as we end the first quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back. H.J. Long Gymnasium, Greenville University. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. Greenville closed out on a 7-0 run, I believe, to take a 17-11 lead here as we start the third quarter. A lot of that was done with the hustle play by Carolina Hoffman. I don't think she scored any of those buckets, but she assisted on almost all of them.
Had a big steal in the press as well.
This is Iberg, drives baseline, puts it up off the glass, and good. They're going to call a charge, but I thought That was Harbor was inside the circle.
Yeah, it was awfully close there, and I don't know that she had position either way if she was outside of the arc. And Coach Mulholland had to be held back at least just a second there, not running out onto the floor.
That'll be Greenville ball, and one of the things that's happening is the Lady Panthers are getting into good traps. They're very aggressive, and they're making it hard on Fontbonne, and then they're not reaching in and fouling, and Fontbonne is starting to struggle against this Lady Panther full court press. Brummer will inbounds to Hoffman. Goes to Cisneros at the left elbow. Hoffman will let a three fly from the right corner. No good. Rebound Brummer. Back out to Pal Goodman. She drives into the lane and good. Up to Earls, and it's stolen by Brummer. Brummer pushes it right at the basket, and then passed it to Pal Goodman. It gets to Cisneros. It's knocked away by Bailey from Fontbonne. Bailey takes it all the way down, hands it off to Harbor. She lets a three fly. No good. Rebound Greenville. Cisneros, right wing, over to Pal Goodman in the corner, right corner. She'll let a three fly. No good. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound Harbor. And this is Pickett into the front court. Back to Harbor. This is Bailey. Harbor. This is Earls playing catch around the perimeter. And a three is good by Harbor. Kaya Harbor from Sullivan, Missouri. Puts in a three. 19-14. Panthers lead. Cut to 5.
Harbor shooting 33% from beyond the arc on the year.
Ball comes into Pal Goodman, and a foul is going to be called on Harbor as Pal Goodman put it on the floor and was attempting to drive by her left. DeJesus and Meek will come in for Brummer and Pal Goodman. Hoffman will take the ball out of bounds underneath the Panther basket. Comes into Cisneros. She loses a handle, but Hoffman is able to regain control for the Panthers. That baseline is wide open, and that's exactly what Cisneros did. The Panthers have been able to drive baseline with no pressure whatsoever, and now we're going to get a foul called on DeJesus. DeJesus and Hoffman had Pickett caught in a trap, and they called DeJesus for the reach.
Yeah, Mia looked like she was in pretty good position, established there on the trap. Looks like the Griffin just tried to go through her.
Have an official's timeout to get all the scoreboards and the shot clocks working together. Pickett will inbounds the ball right in front of the score table. 7:56 to go. 8 minutes before half. 21-14. Panthers up by 7, and the press has been a key factor to this first half. This is Bailey, left wing, now at the top of the key. She kicks it, and this is Harbor from 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Jesus. Hoffman up into the front court, kicks it to Meek, right corner. To Jesus, over to Iberg. Around the perimeter we go. Soft man-to-man zone. Skip pass to DeJesus. She'll let a three fly from the left corner. It hits every part of the rim, the backboard, and goes in. DeJesus living right. 24-14. Beamer. Harbor. Back to Harbor after touching the Pickett. Harbor no good. Rebound to Jesus. DeJesus is another person I think that's going to have to fill the scoring hole that we might see from the injured Hoffman today. She is playing. She's just not going to be 100%. Cisneros decides on senior day to let a three fly. No good. Beamer into the front court. Good kick to Earls from 3. Good. Nice play by Beamer. She got all the way into the lane and then kicked it to her wide open teammate from the right wing. Fontbonne has hit kind of timely threes to keep themselves in this game. Ball goes into Cisneros. She tries to hit a reverse layup. It's no good. Fontbonne with the rebound. They push it into the front court. Bailey goes all the way, and she's going to put it up and in. Just when you thought the Panthers were pulling away, Fontbonne answers with 5 points of their own to cut it to a 5-point lead for the Lady Panthers. This is the Panthers playing catch out front. Meek. Coach Mulholland wants something secure. Gives it into Hoffman, up and in. Foul on Earls. That's the first bucket of the game, I believe, for Hoffman.
It was a nice job by Hoffman to find the open space right inside the paint there. Not the tallest of players on the floor. Found the soft spot, was able to fight through contact and got a bucket plus the end one. Nice job by Carolina. And as you've mentioned a couple times, Doug, and we'll continue to say it, she's just going to be limited today. So any production you can get out of her is going to be key. See if she can't complete the old-fashioned.
And she does. 27-19. Coach Mulholland doing a great job getting Hoffman in and out of the lineup. The question there is that Hoffman is going to have to stay loose, is my guess. And so that'll be part of the trick, getting her rest and keeping her loose. Look at this trap down here in the left corner. What a great trap. They finally throw it up to Beamer. She goes around Seymour, puts it up, no good, and we should have a foul there on Hopkins. Let's see, over the back, we do.
It's 3 team fouls for Fontbonne, just 2 for the Panthers here about midway into the second quarter.
Kate Cota playing a lot today to give Hoffman a break, but also because Sierra Compton, she is out with an injury. Seymour is back after being ill, and she was out for just about a full week. This is Pal Goodman, puts it on the floor, drives to the hole, and there's going to be a blocking foul called on Bailey from Fontbonne. So Pal Goodman with an opportunity to push the lead to double figures from the free throw line. Pal Goodman is 3 for 8. She's taken the most shots on the team. She has 6 points. Seymour second in scoring, and my partner Tyler Rosen was quick to say he thought that Seymour was going to have to fill some of the gap left open by an injured Hoffman, and she has done that.
Yeah, she's been big coming off the bench. You can see trying to still work her back into a bit of form here. That's why she's been subbing almost about the same pace as Hoffman.
Pal Goodman's free throw is in and out.
Savannah's shooting about 86% from the line on the season. Rare miss for her.
Pal Goodman's second free throw is good. Nothing but the bottom. 28-19. This press wasn't effective early, but has become effective as the half has gone on. This is Beamer. Gives it to Myers. No good. Rebound by Earl. Check that. That was by Myers. No good again. Rebound Panthers. Ball goes into Seymour. And this is Goheen. Skip past to Brummer out front. That shot is blocked by Hopkins. And then we're going to have a foul called as Bailey got the ball after it was blocked, and then a foul committed, I believe, by Cota. Second. Greenville now kind of backing into a 3-quarter court press. Fontbonne will take a timeout. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network. We'll take a break. Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. And the Panthers are making it work. They're up 28-19. They've made it work and changed the pace of this game with their press. They've been able to defensively get in good position on their traps in the full court, and Fontbonne struggled trying to pass out of the traps. Now Greenville goes back to kind of a man-to-man. Bailey will throw it length of the court out of bounds, and it was intended for Myers. Hoffman now back in the game. 4:20 to go before popcorn. Ball top to Iberg. Iberg left wing. Pal Goodman up front. She takes it with her left hand all the way to the bucket, puts it up and in. Leading scorer for the Panthers, Savannah Pal Goodman, has been able to drive to the hole today without much resistance. Left wing shot from three by Harbor, no good. Rebound out there by Meyer, but intercepted by the Panthers, and this is Hoffman in the front court. 11-point lead here for the Panthers. They're moving rather methodically. They get the ball into Seymour. Seymour gets her own rebound, up and in, and fouled. Alyssa Seymour. And she has been a sight for sore eyes here, coming back into the lineup after missing Tuesday's game against Principia, in which the Panthers came out with a victory, which is never easy to do. In Elsa, Illinois. Those of you who've been over there, beautiful campus, but difficult to play a basketball game. Seymour puts it up and in, 33-19.
Cisneros in for Seymour.
Seymour, first game back, has 9 points here in the first half. Fontbonne passes their way all the way into the front court, then stolen by Pal Goodman, then stolen by Hopkins. She puts it up, no good. Rebound Cisneros. And who's the foul going to be called on? Beamer?
I think so. Yeah, they're going to get Brianna Beamer there.
A lot of hustle on both sides, scrambling for the rebound there.
And I think for Beamer there was just a little late getting down to the floor when Cisneros was already diving on the hardwood. Now we'll get some changes for Fontbonne.
This is Earls and Pickett in for Myers and Hopkins. Cisneros, the only senior Lady Panthers squad. Free throw up and no good. Coach Mulholland showing his, I wouldn't call it his second language. I wouldn't give him that much credit, but giving a paragraph of Spanish to Cisneros, which was kind of a nice touch on senior day. 34-19, Panthers up 15. Beamer throws it long to Pickett in the front court. She takes it all the way, no good. Rebound to Hoffman. She's going to push it back up the court. Comes to Meek. She dribbles to the top and comes to DeJesus. Back to Meek. Iberg, top of the key. Meek, right wing. She'll let a three fly all the way down and no good. And then she commits a foul, chasing down her own missed shot, following it up. The rebound was gathered over there by Harbor.
It's Meek's first. Team's fourth here in the quarter.
Fontbonne, one of the things Fontbonne is doing is passing the ball too frequently to the corner against this press. We have some contact, but no call. And this is Bailey from half court. Bailey from way out there. And she buries another three, 34-22. She leads Fontbonne in scoring with 7 points. She is their leading scorer on the year, averaging 16 points a game. Ball comes into Iberg. She reverse pivots, drives with her right hand, no good. Rebound Pickett off to Bailey. Bailey kicks it out. That's a long three, no good. Rebound Hoffman. That three was put up by Harbor. Here comes DeJesus, right wing. Iberg, top of the key, rotates the ball to Hoffman. She tries to go baseline, kicks it to Jesus. She lets a three fly from the right corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Mia DeJesus. Fontbonne into the front court. Skip pass out here to Beamer. She connects on a three. 37-25. Every time you think Greenville's going to pull away, Fontbonne has been able to come up with a big shot. This is Meek, right wing. Hoffman over to Jesus, left wing. Had Hoffman open but didn't see her at the right block. Meek kicks it to Jesus. She'll let a three fly from the other corner, no good. And it'll be knocked off. It looked like it was knocked off to Jesus. And that's the conversation that's being had between Earls and the official. And I have to say, it did look like that. Now, it could be that Earls was out of bounds when she tipped it in. And they're going to change the call. Earls changed the official's call. You don't see that much. She went directly to the referee, and then another referee out top came, talked to the baseline official, and changed the call. You don't see that much. Pickett into Harbor, back to Pickett. Up to Earls to Bailey. That's Harbor. Passing around the perimeter. This is Cornelius. Bailey. That's Pickett from three. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Pickett, and that takes it to only a 9-point lead. Panthers had got up by as many as 15. Panthers dribble baseline Coda. She tried to get it into Seymour, and the ball was picked off by Earls. Here comes Bailey into the front court. Let's see if Fontbonne works for the last shot of the first half, and they throw it away. Pickett threw it away, trying to get the ball to Bailey, and Fontbonne just looked a little bit confused. And quite frankly, folks, they looked a little bit confused at the end of the first quarter when they let the clock run out. Two big possessions for them. Here comes Hoffman. She's trying to drive and then just falls down and throws it out of bounds. Hoffman playing a little gimpy today. She's going to come out. Kate Coda's going to come in. Just going to be a tricky situation for Coach Mulholland and Hoffman today. This is Bailey. Gets it up to Cornelius, and DeJesus is going to foul her from the three-point line with no time left on the clock. Absolutely unbelievable.
Well, and for me, you don't even need to come from behind there at the end of the half like that at the buzzer to try and make a defensive play, let alone try and block the shot.
Fontbonne had really struggled at the end of the first quarter, and they had the ball with 16 seconds to go before half and threw it away. And then they were able to regain possession here on a Panther turnover. Got the ball up quickly to the left wing from three to Cornelius, and DeJesus fouled her. There's going to be .2 on the clock. So Cornelius, I believe, will be shooting three. Her first one is good.
Yeah, she should be shooting three. She's only attempted 19, now 20 free throws on the year.
And that cuts it to 8. A big, big play here before half. The second free throw is short off the front of the rim. Fontbonne coach Fitzgerald calling his players off of the free throw lane. Third free throw is good. And that'll cut the lead to 7 as time expires before halftime. So Fontbonne kind of getting themselves back in the game. The Panthers had built a 15-point lead, and that was a big mistake there by the Panthers to end the half, and giving Fontbonne a little bit of momentum. And so 37-30, you're listening to the Panther Sports Network. We'll be back to join you before the start of the second half.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back, everybody. A lovely Saturday afternoon that's actually probably suited for baseball. Outside, it's gorgeous. Temperatures in the mid to high 50s, good sun. And indoors here, the Panthers had heated it up in the second quarter. But Fontbonne came back with a roar to make this a 7-point game. The Panthers had built up a 15-point lead. Fontbonne ended hitting 2 out of 3 free throws. And now they'll start the beginning of this third quarter. Bailey right into the lane. It's almost picked off by Brummer, but not before Myers all the way to the hole on a nice drive by Myers. All of a sudden, a 15-point lead is a 5-point lead. Ball comes into Iberg at the high post. Kicked back out to Hoffman. This is Pal Goodman. Nice shot fake. All the way to the hole, puts it up, and it is no good. They're going to call a blocking foul on Earls. I think she was inside the arc.
I mentioned a good move by Pal Goodman. I do believe a few of the players that we've singled out that we thought would need to kind of step up a little bit, kind of fill in the gap, have done so with Alyssa Seymour and Savannah Pal Goodman. She misses the first there, but those two have done a nice job, and it's going to be a more difficult game when you don't have your leading scorer playing to her potential due to injury.
Second free throw by Pal Goodman is good, but one of the issues for the Panthers has been the charity stripe. They're 7 of 13 for 53%. And so that has been a factor, along with Fontbonne shooting 6 of 16 from the three-point line for 37%. Now the Panthers have the ball underneath their own basket. It goes to Brummer. She misses it. And it'll come back to the Panthers underneath their own basket, up by 6. Cisneros, Iberg. They give it to a cutting Pal Goodman. She loses control, and it's picked up by Myers. Myers gives it to Bailey. Bailey spins in the lane, kicks it to Harbor, to Earl. Now it's to Earls. It was Pickett to Earls. This is Myers, no good. Hard off the back of the rim. Hoffman sprints it into the front court. Kicks it to Brummer. She dribbles baseline, tries to get it to Cisneros. Wasn't a great pass, but picked off there by Bailey. Bailey loses control, and it goes to Hoffman. Hoffman not able to sprint past everybody, but gets it down in a controlled fashion and then makes a great pass to Pal Goodman. A lot of backs turned to the ball in white jerseys there. That would have been another interception. Bailey, nobody on her. Way downtown, off the rim, and rebound Hoffman. Hoffman will let a 3 go. No good. Rebound Myers. Pickett, left wing up top. Earls. Bailey, Pickett, Harbor, back to Pickett. Pickett dribbles into the lane, and they're going to call travel on Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett just lost control a bit as she was going into the Panther defender. Good call there by the official near side. That's travel. Not a second team foul. They're giving it back to the Panthers. Both teams trying to figure out how they're going to play this second half. Been a little slow going for both teams here to start.
Yeah, much like the start of the game.
Yeah.
Both teams kind of got off to a slow start. Ball comes into Hoffman. She makes a good pass to Cisneros. She kicks it out to DeJesus. She shoots it long. Rebound comes out to Meek. Here is Hoffman into the lane. Kicks it to Meek. Comes to Iberg, top of the key. In and out, no good. And the rebound comes out to Meyer. She pushes it to Bailey. She gives it to Earls. She misses it. And then it goes off the hands of DeJesus out of bounds. It'll be Fontbonne ball underneath their own basket. 7:05 to go here in the third. Lady Panthers trying to keep pace with both Westminster and Principia in the conference. They trail them by 1 game. The ball comes in. Bailey uses a ball pick by Earls. Kicks it to Myers. She puts it up and in. Myers is a nice-looking player. Myers only a sophomore, and Greenville loses it out of bounds. Unforced turnover there, 40-34. So Greenville allowing somebody to stay around. Have you guys heard that phrase before? If you allow somebody to stay around, you can find yourself in trouble at the end of a game. That ball is stolen by Seymour and then tied up by Earls. It'll be jump ball, and it'll be Fontbonne ball underneath their own bucket. This game will be followed by a critical men's game between Fontbonne and Greenville, and we'll have it for you live. Bailey back to Earls. She lets a 3 fly. No good. Hard off the rim. Rebound Seymour. She did walk, and it wasn't called. Fontbonne was up off the bench, the whole bench, trying to get a travel call, and it wasn't. It goes into Seymour. She backs it up, puts it up and in. No good. Seymour needs to use the glass there. Up quickly. This is Harbor into the lane. Pickett will let a 3 go. No good. Rebound Earls. This is Harbor for 3. No good. Short off the front of the rim. And it should be Greenville ball. Should be Greenville ball. Pickett was out of bounds when she touched it. I have no idea how it could be Fontbonne ball. I could see maybe a jump ball. Maybe. Very, very odd. Very odd. There was a discussion between the officials on that, but Pickett's feet were clearly out of bounds when she was touching the ball. Pickett will inbounds. Comes to Harbor, out to Bailey. Bailey uses Earl's pick, goes to the hole, left hand scoop. Nice job by Bailey. 40-36, 5:40 to go. And Fontbonne is right back in this game. And now they'll call Bailey for a potential steal, and they'll call her for a reach on that potential steal.
Yeah, that's going to be Bailey's second. Nobody for either team, after a quick look, has more than 2, but Griffins have 4 players with 2 fouls. Earls, Pickett, Hopkins, and now Bailey. Something to watch as we move forward.
Fontbonne scored 6 points in this quarter. Greenville only 3. Comes into Seymour, up and in. I think the Panthers can do that all day long if they would just look at Seymour. Up the right sideline and then into Earls for a nice press breaker by Fontbonne.
That was textbook right there. Doesn't get much cleaner than that.
Went right up the right sideline, no dribbles. All the way in for a layup. There's Seymour again. And Fontbonne is not coming with backside help there like they were in the first half. They get the ball up against the Greenville press quickly. This is Harbor for 3. Off the rim and out of bounds. It'll be Greenville ball. And I mentioned it to you early that one of the things that's kept Fontbonne in the game has been their 3-point shooting. Some of it is just been sheer quantity, because they've taken 22 of their 40 shots. More than half have been threes, and they've connected on 6 of them. And that's worth 18 points. So it's, right at half of the number of points they have in this game. Now they come with a press their own. Into Iberg. Up to Powell Goodman. Powell Goodman kicks it to Hoffman. She gives it to Iberg. Comes into Brummer. Nice job by the Panthers. They really moved the ball well that possession.
Yeah, very good ball movement. Good movement without the ball from Brummer to find an open spot.
And I do think if the Panthers can find some aggressiveness in their press, I think they'll find some success. But right now it's probably about 70% aggressive in that press. They're going to have to be on it with a little more energy at the beginning. A drive to the hole, no call. And the drive was by Hopkins. She tried to split 2 defenders, and there was no call on that drive. And I have to agree with Fitzgerald, the Fontbonne coach. That definitely looked like contact to me. Now Fontbonne steals it. Beamer dribbles out, gives it to Hopkins, and Hopkins is, what do we got? What do we got now?
Very good. Looked like a T there on
Iberg?
Hopkins.
T on Hopkins?
Yeah, I think it was a reaction there. It was a real quick signal.
So now we got a lot of things to sort out. The Panthers up by 8. Coach Mulholland's going to call his crew over. The officials are at the top of the key on Fontbonne's end of the court, really trying to dissect what happened here. The initial call, I believe, was a foul on Greenville.
Yeah.
And then a reaction after that call by one of the Fontbonne players is what we think happened. The foul was registered against Iberg. And here we come. Here comes the officials. Have a foul on Iberg. So then we have an intentional foul on Fontbonne, which would be registered against Hopkins. Not ever seen a little, because the ball was not in play on the intentional foul by Hopkins. I didn't know you could have an intentional foul without the ball being in play. We assumed it was going to be a technical, and we actually thought we saw the official signal a technical. And now they've changed the call to an intentional foul. Greenville shoots the free throws, and now they will get it back because it was a non-shooting foul before Fontbonne could shoot fouls against Iberg, so that's why Greenville gets the ball back. The 2 free throws were shot because of the intentional foul. Ball comes to Iberg. She dribbles, and now what are we going to have? We're going to have a foul called on Beamer, and what's happening here, folks, is the officials are going to have to get control because the players are now trying to figure it out. The players are trying to figure out what they're going to be called for and what they're not going to be called for. Both coaches have been upset, and the officials just over a period of time have drifted in their calling of the game. We'll see if they can get it back. It's benefited the Panthers at this point in time as Iberg hits the first free throw. Her second one up and good. And the Panthers have rebuilt their lead up to a 12-point game. Now they pick it off. And it'll be a shot by Powell Goodman, no good. Rebound by Myers. Up to Bailey. Bailey drives to the hole, puts it up, no good. Rebound Powell Goodman. She races the ball into the front court. Almost walks. Comes to Hoffman, top of the key. She's going to settle the ball down a little bit. Panthers are trying to get into something. Pal Goodman drives baseline, kicks it out, and it's intercepted. And it's picked off there by Harbor. She takes it up, misses, and then Pickett tries to rebound, knocks it out of Brummer's hands, and Fontbonne regains control in their own front court. Beamer to Myers, Bailey, Harbor, Myers from three, no good. Rebound Brummer. Good check out there by Pal Goodman if you're watching.
Yeah, really good call there, Doug. Was just going to say it too. Nice job by Pal Goodman along the baseline.
Panthers up 12. I'm not sure offensively what they have going on. It looked like four along the baseline with Hoffman out front. And she got it to Pal Goodman, and Pal Goodman put it up and in. Now we're going to have a foul on Pal Goodman, and that's a good call. Bailey got around Pal Goodman, and Goodman kind of slid her left leg out in front of Bailey as she tried to get by her.
It's the second team foul for the Panthers in the quarter, 4 so far for the Griffins. 2:31 left to play.
So the Panthers over the last 5 minutes here, actually over the last 3 minutes, have kind of regained some control of this game. Fontbonne finds Earl, then picked off of Cisneros, and it was going to be Greenville ball. The ball went out of bounds off one of the Fontbonne players. See what Greenville, I'm trying to figure out what Greenville's trying to do offensively. Now that ball's thrown out of bounds. They just look a little bit out of sorts on offense right now. It looked to me like they wanted to try to go high-low, and Hoffman read that the post was open and just wasn't able to execute the pass into the post. This is Pickett. She has it knocked away by Meek. She puts it up and in. Nice job by this Panther press. And now what do we got? We got a timeout by Fitzgerald, the Fontbonne coach. He's upset. He is really upset, trying to get his team under control. He's having a good word with Myers, and he's a little bit frustrated. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
If you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip with one of our luxury coaches, Vandalia Bus Lines can get you there. You might be interested in a tour of the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, or maybe a weekend vacation with a group of friends to cheer on the Tigers in Columbia or the Illini in Champaign. Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area, 800-542-4287.
Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium. I'm Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. Panthers are leading this one, 54-38, 2:10 to go in the third. Panthers are trying to stay pace with Principia and West Min, who have a one-game lead in the conference as we try to close out the regular season with 5 games to go over about the next 2.5 weeks. Webster has just about locked it up. They're 13-0 with 5 games to go. This is Beamer out front. Cornelius into Earls. Outside to Beamer. Up front to Myers. Pickett. They try to get it into Myers. It's picked off by DeJesus. Nice job by Mia DeJesus. DeJesus anticipates very well. Yeah. DeJesus up front. Goes right wing. Gives it to Meek. Meek dribbles into the lane. And a kick out front to Goheen. Back to Coda. This is Meek. Coach Mulholland would like to use some clock here in the third quarter with some of his second unit on the floor. And That was Goheen just dribbled and fell down, and they're going to say it went off one of the Fontbonne players.
Yeah, it was actually a really nice play, Goheen, as she was going down, falling to the floor, just threw it off the defender in front of her. Really smart play. Heads up.
Beamer intercepts the inbounds pass, goes length of the floor, misses the layup, and out comes Meek with the rebound. Gives it up to Goheen. Coda, left wing. She's going to let a three fly and bury it. Wow, when that goes down, that calms down Mr. Roy Mulholland. Puts the Panthers up 19. Look what I found, said Kate Coda. This is Pickett. Over to Myers. Beamer. Earls will let a three fly, left wing, no good. DeJesus up to Coda. 34 seconds to go. You got to believe Panthers want to use a little time here. Throwing the ball around the perimeter. Goheen tries to hit Coda, cutting backdoor along the baseline. Off of Fontbonne, it'll be Greenville ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Check that, 20. 24 seconds to go in the game. Hoffman back in. Comes into DeJesus. And now we're going to get a foul called on Beamer on the reach as Hoffman was driving to the basket. And so that'll put Hoffman at the line. 21 seconds before the fourth quarter. Greenville had a slow start to this third quarter. And they had 3 points with about 5 minutes to go in the third, and they've rallied to score another 17 points. They have 20 points in this third quarter. Hard to believe with that slow start. First free throw missed by Hoffman. Her second one is up. Rolls around the rim and good. Gives the Panthers a 20-point lead here in the third quarter. Fontbonne does not look like a team to me with a 4-16 record. This is Beamer into the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound, Iberg. She threw it right to Pickett at the end. She just kind of let it get away from her. Well, that'll end the third quarter with the Panthers winning that quarter 21-8. They lead 58-38. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panthers Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back. H.J. Long Gymnasium on a very nice Saturday afternoon for an early February date between the Panthers of Greenville and the Griffins of Fontbonne. This is one of those games for the Lady Panthers where you really have to win this one to stay in line for that second place finish, which would give you a bye in the first round of the conference tournament. Pickett is picked off by Hoffman. Hoffman all the way to the hole, puts it up and good. Hoffman has had a great game given her injury status. Cornelius, right wing. Over there, that is Harbor. Now it's picked off by Pal Goodman. She takes it up the floor with her left hand, tries to reverse it. No good. I believe we'll have a jump ball between Earls and Pal Goodman. It'll be Greenville ball. They're up now by 22 points with 9.5 to go in this game. A great third quarter by the Lady Panthers. And I've just been notified by one of our officials off the court that an intentional foul cannot be called on a dead ball. So that will have to be reviewed by the SLIAC, I assume, and we'll have to bring clarity to this group of officials on that call. Hoffman out of bounds underneath. Comes to Broomer. She puts it up. No foul called. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up. No good. Rebound Pickett. And the officials have just kind of lost themselves just a little bit in this one. Now the ball's picked up by Iberg. She's going to take the ball length of the court. Left hand scoop. What a move by Natalie Iberg. And that even looks smooth. Going to the left hand and putting it up. Here comes Fontbonne. Racing the ball back into the front court. This is Bailey from half court. No good. Rebound Earls. This is Bailey again, all the way to the hole, puts it up, good, and a blocking foul called on Hoffman. Folks, when I'm saying that Bailey is putting it up from half court, know that that's hyperbolic in language. She was way out there, was the point. The bucket is good. One free throw here will be taken. Try to cut into this lead to take it to a 21-point lead for the Panthers. Bailey misses the free throw. Rebound Hoffman. The Panthers maintain their 22-point lead. 8:30 to go before this game ends. Bailey really trying to put pressure on Hoffman. Hoffman gets by her, kicks it to Seymour, goes off of her hands, into the hands of Cornelius. Up to Pickett, right sideline. Back to Cornelius, back to Bailey. That pass almost intercepted. We're going to call a foul on Brummer. The pass from Bailey to Hopkins. Hopkins will inbound the ball for Fontbonne. Meek and DeJesus check in for Brummer and Pal Goodman. Ball comes into Bailey. Over to Pickett. Back to Cornelius. An out-of-bounds set play. Cornelius misses it. DeJesus with the rebound. DeJesus has had a nice game today. She's been one of the people to kind of fill the hole we thought might exist from Hoffman. Iberg hits Hoffman, cutting the hole. Great pass into Seymour. Nice job there. DeJesus steals the inbounds. Gets it to Meek. To Hoffman. She puts up a little two-footer, no good. Rebound Cornelius along the right sideline. She takes it all the way into the front court. Gets her own rebound, puts it up and good. Cornelius doing all the work by herself on that play. Got the defensive rebound, got her offensive rebound, put it up and in. She padded her own stats on that one. Into Seymour. Seymour up and in. And that's just been something the Panthers can go to and has been effective all day long. In fact, Seymour leads the team in scoring with 17. My partner Tyler Rosen was all over that call. Here comes Harbor into the lane. Puts it up. I've checked that. That's Hopkins. And a foul is called on. It's going to be called on Seymour, and that's her first.
It's the third team foul for the Panthers here with 7:06 left to play in the game. Now they're up 24. You just hope it doesn't become an issue, but hopefully the Panthers get back in line with what they've done through most of the game, and that's defend without fouling. No one in foul trouble. I don't think a Panther has more than 2 fouls.
Hopkins misses her first free throw. She's a lefty. Her second one is no good. Rebound DeJesus. This is DeJesus out front. It's finally stolen by Hopkins. She puts it up and good. Hopkins steals the ball from DeJesus, takes it the length of the floor, and puts it up and in.
And after that play by DeJesus, the unfortunate turnover there, Brummer called right back to the scorer's table. So DeJesus, when she seems to have these good moments, she's kind of made these mistakes that you don't see from her, just dribbling out here at the midcourt. That's not really her game, and just lost the handle there, in a timeout from Coach Mulholland to hold the possession. And I think probably a needed timeout just to say, hey, everyone settle down a bit. Let's close this thing out. You're up 22. Don't need to be going too fast here. But been impressed with the Panthers. You mentioned it a couple times when it looked like the Panthers were going to be able to kind of push this lead out and maybe start to run away with this thing. Fontbonne's come back, but good job by the Panthers to stay with it, because, again, at times early in the year, maybe we see this team not quite fold, but maybe a little hard to overcome. They've done a nice job today of sticking with it.
Yeah, they really have, and they've done a nice job overcoming the injury of Hoffman. Hoffman only having 6 points in today's game. She is, her and Pal Goodman, the leading scorers and have been all year. So they've overcome that problem, or that challenge. Into Seymour. She puts it up, and there's going to be a foul called on Cornelius. Seymour has gotten so much better over the course of this year. And coming into this year, I don't know that Coach Mulholland would have said that Seymour would be where she is today in terms of her development. And I think she has exceeded expectations. Her first free throw is up and good. She's been a great free throw shooter all year, too. She just has a nice little touch with that left hand. That free throw in and out, and Brummer and Cornelius tie it up on the rebound. It'll be Fontbonne ball. DeJesus has 7 points. Brummer has 7 points. Pal Goodman has 16 points, and Alyssa Seymour has 18 on 8 of 11 shooting, 2 of 3 from the line. The ball comes in here to Hopkins into the front court, takes it all the way, loses the handle. It comes to Hoffman. Hoffman behind the back into the front court. Good pass to Meek, but it's knocked away on a good play by Cornelius from Fontbonne. The game is being played at a very fast pace, given that it's a 23-point game. It's being played at a far different pace than what the score on the scoreboard reads. Comes to Hoffman. Nice job by Goheen. A little 10-footer on the baseline, and it's no good. The Panthers are able to tie up Cornelius when she got the defensive rebound, but they're going to call Goheen on the reach. So it'll be Fontbonne ball going the length of the floor. The officials stop play here. I think there's some confusion there. And now Fontbonne will enter the ball. This is Bailey. That ball is deflected by Pal Goodman to Brummer. She gives it off to Goheen. Another 2 points, 69-44. Panthers are pressing. And Brummer knocks away the pass from Goheen. She's trying to kick it to her teammate. I checked that. That was the Panthers knocking away the pass from Langenberg. She was trying to, as she drove, she was trying to kick out to the left wing. And it was knocked out of bounds by Goheen. Fontbonne inbounding the ball, and it comes into Langenberg. Up top to Bailey, back to Langenberg, left wing. She gives it off. This is Becker to Langenberg. Back to Becker. Drives baseline. Should have been a walk. No call. Here it comes to Hoffman. Gives it to Pal Goodman. She puts it up and in. Now Coach Mulholland pulling off the Dogs, bringing the press back. Good move there. Now the Panthers trap in the half court. Now they'll sink back into a man-to-man. This is exactly what we probably needed to see. Let's see if it slows down the game. Now a steal by Carolina Hoffman. She puts it up, and it's good. And now Coach Mulholland has another game within the game to play here. I believe he's got to get this thing slowed down a bit. This is Langenberg driving to the hole and a foul. This is a great move here to get Kate Coda in for Hoffman. Nice job by Hoffman today. She ends up with 8 points and 7 assists and played with probably at about 85% today.
Raven Nixon checks in for Savannah Powell Goodman here. First time we've seen Raven today.
Ball comes into Langenberg. This is Beamer. Langenberg. And let's see if Fontbonne's not going to get off a shot. And let's see if Coach Mulholland wants to use some time on his offensive possession. They're up 29 points here. Had a nice run from about the 3-minute mark of the third quarter to about the 4-minute mark here in the fourth. Panthers playing catch with it around the perimeter. DeJesus left wing. Coda up top. This is Cisneros. She tries to get into Iberg. Iberg puts it up and in, but not before a foul is going to be called against Iberg. Offensive foul.
Don't know if maybe Iberg got elbows up there as she was trying to move through the lane.
Now Coach Mulholland has this game of trying to do the whole substitution deal. Try to get everybody in the game. It's a game within a game, folks, when you're up 29 and when you're down 29. Langenberg. Becker out front. This is Pickett. Cornelius. Fontbonne going to call a timeout. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Panthers Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Fontbonne gets the ball in bounds. 3:30 to go. This is Harbor. Pickett for three, no good. Hard off the back of the rim, it'll be Panther ball. Well, it looks like Greenville's going to at least stay pace with Principia and Westminster. And we'll try to see if we can pull up some scores for those two teams just to see where Greenville will be. This is Nixon. And this is a nice drive. Left shot with a left hand put up there by Anna Caston. Caston joined the Panther squad at interterm, or after interterm. A drive shot, no good by Harbor. Rebound Greenville into the hands of Nixon. And now what do we got? We got substitutions in now. So this is Abby Clark and Fannin. Fannin with a critical game for Greenville on Tuesday against Principia. Seymour was out against Principia. It was a very critical game in which the Panthers were fortunate to come away with a 55-50 victory, and a critical one in this conference season. Coda right wing. Knocked out of bounds by Beamer. Now, Fontbonne plays a very tight man-to-man on the ball handler. And they can be effective with that kind of pressure. I'm surprised they don't play a little more pressure than they do. They have some decent athletes. Nixon all the way to the hole, in the lane, turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound, Beamer. She throws it way ahead to Langenberg. And shot is no good, off into the hands of Pickett. Now they're throwing it around. Langenberg from three, no good. And the rebound to Becker, and she gave it to a cutting Beamer, and she was fouled on the shot. 1:57 to go. Foul was called, I believe, on Caston. That's her first. This will be Beamer at the line.
Do have one final today from Slyack. Westminster goes down to Louisville on a long trip and gets a big road victory, 62-53 over Spalding.
So a big win for Westminster down at Spalding. Caston tries to inbound Dakota, and it's knocked away by Pickett. Minute 57. So Westminster will hold on to their second place standing regardless of what happens. And Greenville will stay one game behind them. And Greenville has lost both games to Westminster this year, in addition to that, being one game behind. So if Westminster holds serve, they'll secure the second spot, but that's not going to be decided until we complete the season. Nixon puts up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. No good, but a foul on Langenberg.
And for the Panthers, even you laid out, it's a tall task to try and slide into that number 2 seed at this point, especially dropping the 2 to Westminster. But if you can host a quarterfinal just to try and get into the weekend portion of the Slyack tournament, you're going to host a game here in the middle of the week, and this team just seems to play better at home. I know they're right about that definition of a 500 team when you look at the overall record, but it's a team that plays very well here at home, very comfortable, as most teams are.
Looks like Webster has beaten Principia, so Principia will drop one game and come back to the Panthers. And the Panthers have beaten Principia twice. Left-handed shot up and good by Beamer. Beamer has a lot of energy.
Yeah, she's been playing hard all day, no matter what the deficit's been.
Now more subs. The game within the game, folks. Some of you may not be aware of what happens at the end of games when you're up big and when you're down big. The coach has to adjust his mindset. He has to play the game much differently than he's teaching his players how to play. There's a lot to think about. It can be quite stressful at the end of the game when you're the coach and you're up big and when you're down big. Nixon, left wing, kicks it out to Coda, no good. Caston with an attempted rebound and a save between her legs, but she stepped out of bounds. Fontbonne ball down 30 with 45 seconds to go. We'll follow this game up with the men's game between Greenville University and the Fontbonne Griffins. And that game has a lot of significance. Greenville right now has a first seed in the conference tournament if they can hold serve at home. But they're going to be without Gerard Webb, and they'll be also without Coach Barber in today's game. 30 seconds left, and Kate Coda will bring it up into the front court. Fannin, left wing. Coda in the corner. Almost stolen by Beamer. Out front to Caston, then to Nixon. Nixon dishes it to Fannin. 10-footer, good. Under 10 seconds here. Fontbonne into the front court. This is Pickett. She'll let a three fly. No good. And it's kicked out to Harbor. She'll just hold on to the ball, and that'll be it. Your Greenville Panthers will defeat the Fontbonne Griffins 79-47. And they will take their record to 9-5 in the conference. We got a lot of good basketball left here in the women's side and the men's side during the SLIAC. I believe this Fontbonne team has a lot of potential. When I look down through their roster, Bailey's a really good player. You know, she is a senior, but Bailey led them in scoring with 14. Earls, number 32, is also a senior, and she had 8 points. Myers, number 12, is a sophomore. She had 6 points. Beamer is a junior. She had 6 points, and we'll bring up Coach Mulholland. Well, Coach, with about 5 minutes to go in the third, your team got off to a slow start in the second half, and I kept saying if you let these people hang around, it could be close, but your team decided at about the 5-minute mark, we're going to put them away, and they did effectively.
Yeah, it was just a good game. You know, I mean, I don't mind the closeness for a little while. It's kind of good for us, but we kept them in. We made just some silly mistakes, and we kept them in. But when we put the pedal down, wow, that pedal went all the way. And it was fun. I got to play. Everybody got to play. We got to honor Sophia on her senior day, and just turned out to be a great day. Big win for us right there.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, you might say a short prayer to the Lord for Alyssa Seymour rejoining you.
Wow, yeah, she couldn't play on, what was that, Tuesday? She couldn't play, and she is just continuing to develop, and the only word, and I know people may not like me to use this word, I don't know, but like today, she was just a beast.
Yep.
I mean, she just controlled everything on the inside. She has such great hands and good touch. She goes to the free throw line, knocks down the free throws. I'm just really, really pleased and proud of her. I also want to say, Sierra Compton, who's her backup point guard, is dealing with a little bit of a concussion, and Kate Coda, who hadn't played much this year, stepped in, and wow, Kate, she just did a great job. She'd been working hard every day. She was when the opportunity came today, it was not bigger than her. She was ready for it just because of her attitude and her energy and her work. I was just so pleased with the way she stepped in today and picked us up there, gave us a chance still to get Bean a rest, and I was just so pleased with her and her performance today.
Yeah, Coach, you're exactly right, and I thought you played Hoffman, who's playing at maybe 85% or so. I really thought you handled that nicely, and you brought it up. Coda really played a critical role. I mean, this was a close game with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and you had a lot of people, kind of step up. We expected and needed a good game from Pal Goodman, and she gave it to you. 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So she did her part to also fill that gap that needed to be filled.
Yeah, I really don't worry about her too much. I don't even look at her stats, or she's just by the end of the game, she's going to get her job done. She's just so good, so under control. And like you say, everybody could look at the scoring, but defensively, she just positions herself so well. She does such a good job. She takes care of the ball. She passes it. She rebounds. She kind of stepped into that Emily Reinick role for us, where she just does a lot of everything. You feel great when she's on the floor, and I'm just really pleased. Excuse me. But also, we got a kid like Addie Goheen, who comes in for us and gives us minutes. Man, she's just steady as she goes, right? She just makes – it's just those kids that come in and give us minutes don't have to make great plays. They just have to be really solid, and Addie's about as solid as they are. And then our post play, me and Courtney Brummer just goes. I love to watch her play. She just goes hard. And Mia seemed to be, I don't know, I can't see, I don't have my glasses. She just seemed to be all over the boards today, rebounding the basketball. So just a great team effort, a lot of fun. We have to make a big trip next week. That'll be tough. But I really like where we are, where we're positioned in the conference.
Two other things I see here, bench points that follows the line of thought that we've been talking about. You had 39 bench points to 13 for Fontbonne. It ends up being almost identical to how many points you end up winning by. And so a number of people off the bench playing well. But I liked your press today.
Yeah.
You ended up turning them over 28 times, and you did it after the first 3 to 4 minutes where Fontbonne looked like they were breaking it fairly easy, but as you stuck with it over time, you really created some problems for them with those 28 turnovers.
Yeah, our kids made a nice adjustment, and we talked to them, right? But you see different things. They started with their wings high, and we couldn't give the pass over the top, and yet if we took that away, they were going to go to the spot we wanted them to go to, and we needed to make sure we met them there. I felt like we had good pressure on that, right? We didn't let them stand and look too much, and then got some deflections from me and Court and kids in the right spots, and that's just fun, right? It's just a fun way to play. Our kids enjoy it, and just I think probably second quarter or so, we talked about it at halftime. We had a little bit of one of those lapses where we just gave up some easy stuff, but in the second half we didn't do it. Even when we put our group in at the end, they got a shot clock violation. They just played well. They played hard. Just so much fun, especially on senior day for Sophia. Sophia's folks are here from Madrid, and they got to go with us on Tuesday, and they got to just so thankful that they were willing to send Sophia way over here. She's just meant so much to our program. Just a quality kid. And so we're excited to honor her today by the way in which we played this game.
Well, Coach, a great week. Congratulations. That win on Tuesday followed up by this one. Go get them.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Well, a big win there by the Lady Panthers, 79-47 on this Saturday afternoon as we begin the trail to the end of the regular season. A good week by the Lady Panthers. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for this men's contest, this Critical SLIAC Conference matchup between the Greenville University Panthers and the Fontbonne University Griffiths. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.